NATO Military Committee Chair. Others back Ukraine's use of long-range weapons to hit Russia. Associated Press. The head of NATO's military committee said Saturday that Ukraine has the solid legal and military GHT to strike deep inside Russia to gain combat advantage, reflecting the beliefs of a number of U.S. allies, even as the Biden administration balks at allowing Kyiv to do so using American-made weapons. Bauer, of Netherlands, also added that nations have the sovereign right to put limits on the weapons they send to Ukraine. Below are your comments. Nation leaders can do whatever they want, as long as they are prepared to accept the consequences of their actions. This has always been the case. IMHO. By logic, NATO and allies sending weapons to help Ukraine is already a direct involvement in war without its foot soldiers. There is no other explanation logical than that. And Putin's red line were already crossed many times, and he cannot follow up its threat, for he is red, and also if he will actually do it. Putin invaded, and country under invasion has the right to defend. So this is already a war between NATO and Russia, limited on the ground in Ukraine, with Ukraine coming its soldiers with weapons from allies. Without it, the war is already over. Ukraine being a small and weak country. So, to stop the war, ultimately Ukraine should not be handicapped. When Putin can realize that he is fighting its equal, he will stop, or the world boils. Bottom line question: can he afford to exchange his convenience if he turns the world upside down? Russia's affair is for the Russian to resolve. As long as he is on top, his convenience continue. It is against his interest to continue the war, knowing he cannot win. NATO and allies also cannot agree that Ukraine losses, for it will encourage Russia to act similar, and will not stop only in Ukraine. Russia is counting for Ukraine's soldier to give up, or NATO allies to stop sending weapons to Ukraine. Only full-blown war can stop a war, and only when a losing side gives up, knowing the folly. Not until Putin can fell that war that he is losing, the war continue. Or Ukraine people gives up or decimated, and NATO sends its troops. Still missing the point. Kiev can attack Russia wherever it wants using weapons it controls. What Russia will not accept is the West providing weapons and personnel to do the targeting and guiding of these weapons. Long-range missiles operate entirely on the NATO platform. There is nothing Ukrainian about them. This is what will cause Russia to consider direct attacks on Western infrastructure, including satellites. There is a reason sober people are rethinking their involvement in matters. Kiev, even with a NATO needs war to justify its continued existence. It requires NATO to do this, so NATO would be at war with Russia. Scary times coming. Putin is not going to start a nuclear war which would destroy Russia unless he thinks Russia is in danger of being destroyed by conventional weapons. That's clearly not the situation here. Even if Ukraine wins, Russia will remain intact and will not lose territory, so Putin is bluffing and the West is being overly cautious. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.